Okay, good evening, guys.
Good evening.
So we're back to trying to refine our character. What's interesting is in the morning we had the beginning of this, and it says the foundation of refining your character is being truthful. He says if you're not if you're not truthful to yourself,
Also, yeah.
if you're not truthful to yourself, right? There's no way you can work on yourself. We said that one of the most important things in rehabilitating a person who has a problem is that he comes to an Alcoholic Anonymous place, and what does he say? He says, I am an alcoholic. Hi, my name is so-and-so, I'm an alcoholic. Hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm a drug addict. Hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm a pothead, right? No, seriously. In order for you to be able to fix what you have, right, you must be truthful to yourself. And that's why he's saying that the foundation of working on your character is to be truthful. Now you don't have to go tell to everybody, but at least you yourself should know that you have certain issue. You're stingy, you're cheap, you're jealous, you're envious. You're angry, right? To you yourself, you must be honest in order for you to work on yourself. That was the chapter we did this morning. Also this morning, that was yesterday's morning. The next one was what? It says, don't be, meaning you don't have to be a philosopher. What's a philosopher? He says, how could it be that we ask a 13-year-old and 12-year-old to believe in Hashem when Aristotle was the great philosopher that some Chachamim actually learned with him or had discussions with them. He says, even he didn't believe in Hashem. But he came out that why didn't he believe in Hashem? Because apparently what we do is, when we want to do something bad, we have to remove Hashem from us. So it compares idolatry, right? Idolatry to this concept. Meaning, when we know that Hashem exists and Hashem is Emet, and we want to fulfill our desires, like we with certain people we're not supposed to eat, certain things we're not supposed to, go to places we're not supposed to, we can't handle that. So what do? We start believing in something else, like an idol, like us from other religions, right? We're there's no demands over there, right? There's no commandments over there. So therefore he says, no, Hashem doesn't exist. This religion exists, and therefore I can do whatever I want to do with respect to my desires, right? Today's caption is going to be differentiating between our desires and our beliefs. He says distinguishing between our desires and our beliefs is a crucial prerequisite to successful character development. Human nature is such that a person wishes to maintain inner peace and feel that he's a good person. Therefore, if he sins, he will automatically prefer to believe that his action was not a sin, rather than admit that he stumbled, right? One thing we do is, whenever we do something bad, all of a sudden we start justifying that, no, it was good, it was like this, I meant it like that, it just happened like this, right? Meaning we start justifying. So he says, we have to be very careful between our desires and our beliefs. Again, everything is, you have to be truthful, correct? Since I heard from Rav Aaron Wilk that this is the meaning of Chazal, the statement of our rabbis, that says once a person transgressed and repeated the transgression, it becomes permitted in his eyes. Meaning, the first time somebody does something, it's really a big challenge, right? Imagine the first time you did X, whatever that X is.
You're a little kid then, yeah.
Oh, no, let's say the first time you smoked, right? The first time you went on a website that was not proper, correct? You are very scared, you don't know what to do it, not to do it, and all of a sudden you did it, and then what happens is, right afterwards, you're like, oh, okay, that was not so bad, right? And then what happens is you do it again, on the third, fourth time, it's like, that's no big deal. Yeah, it's standard operating procedure. Yeah, it becomes permitted in his eyes. After a person fails to overcome a challenge, he rationalizes to himself that his action is permitted. This is serious This is a serious danger to a person's spirituality. For if he will not acknowledge that his actions are wrong, then he will never improve his behavior. Meaning what he's saying is, when you had something that was bad, you have to come up to yourself and say, you know what, that was messed up. I mean, you don't have to go advertise to people, but at least to yourself, you have to say, yo, I messed up. I did X and X thing. That was such a bad thing. You understand? This way, why? So that you know that you're not going to fall in this easily next time. You hear? It says a person must therefore differentiate between his personal level, at present, and the objective truth. This applies to both positive and prohibitive mitzvot. With regards to prohibitions, a person who stumbles in a particular transgression should not defend his behavior by rationalizing to himself that his action is not really forbidden, or that many people are not careful in this regard. You know what's the best excuse for people? Yeah, but everybody was there. Yeah, Bahalma, right? But there was a lot of religious guys there. Yeah, you go to a restaurant that's not so. But I saw a lot of Hasidish. I saw a lot of guys with
But at the
peyot
mixed wedding, there's rabbis.
and a kippah, huh?
But at the mixed wedding, there's rabbis.
Yeah, exactly. Meaning all these things are what? It's in order to calm you down, right? It's in order to calm you down. When you go to a place that's not so good, right? You see some religious guys like, oh, they're here also. You know, what's the big deal? What? I'm better than them? If they're here, then
It has to be mutar.
yeah, if they're here, yeah. The worst thing is when these Hasidim, by the way, this is their garb. You know, like you guys are with the, with the name brand, whatever is Lions, Spines, whatever. You know, everybody knows that. Oh, that's a whatever, right? By them, standard opposition to wear that. Some of these guys don't even go pray. They don't learn. They don't say barachot. They're like a regular Joe Schmo. But happens to be they dress like that. So when we see them in a restaurant that's a little bit funky, I was saying this morning, one of my friends, one of my acquaintances opened up a humongous club in Williamsburg. He finally opened the club. Glad he opened up with a couple of partners, whatever. So some of these partners are religious, are Hasidic guys because they own the building, so whatever they want to. So the opening up, it was in January 1st, whatever, December 31st.
What kind of club?
One of those clubs, yeah. 500 people in a club, and you see a lot of guys with the kippah in there. Yeah.
Can you get us in?
No, dance club, this, that. $80 to get in, 500 people, you know. I'm saying, and a lot of these, religious guys, they were there. So imagine a guy who's takoy, he sees these guys, he's probably thinking, oh, okay, I mean, if they're here,
Tell them the rules of
what?
place, and if they come and sin,
What?
it's your place.
No, I'm saying that's how we what? That's how we make our actions, and we sort of make it permitted. A person, right, good. With regards to prohibition, a person who stumbles in a particular transgression, he should not defend his behavior by rationalizing to himself that this action is really not forbidden. Yeah? Rather, he should admit the truth that his behavior was wrong and that he transgressed. You hear? That's what he has to say. He cannot just cover it up. Then, after admitting he's wrong, he should encourage himself with the concept of what? Ki shava yipol sadik vakam. I'm sorry, ki sheva. Yeah? For the righteous falls down 7 times and he will rise. Listen, nobody wants to be perfect. Of course.
You go Bahamar, 1 time you don't go, you get a mitzvah.
Oh, very nice. But those 7 times you're gonna get punished. Don't forget. No. Huh? Oh, but even when you do teshuvah, when you dirty your shirt, it has to go through a laundry. Teshuvah is good, but it has to go through a little bit of whitening.
Laundry machine is only 30 minutes.
Yeah, very good. But in the world of Hashem, 1 minute is like 1,000 years. So 30 minutes.
No pain here.
Huh? Yeah. Okay. Good. But who wants pain here?
Let's say you have an employee. Let's say you have an employee that you can somewhat control.
Yeah.
Right, and he's asking you for days off to go to Bahamar.
Good.
Should you tell him you can't go?
Absolutely. You tell him, listen, we have a lot of work to go. Because why? If not, if you have control over him, then you're lifnei iver maybe. You're putting a stumbling block in front of the blind. You hear? If you have control. So he says, listen, Hashem doesn't want us to be. Of course, he wants us to be perfect, but he knows we're going to fall. But what he wants us to know is just because we fall, it doesn't mean we don't get up tomorrow and go to Shacharit and put on tefillin. It doesn't mean we start now eating pig and things like that. We're like, whatever. I'm like, it doesn't mean
saying that you're gonna get punished for this. So you know what I mean.
it's okay.
But then you're gonna.
It's okay.
But you're.
One has nothing to do with the other.
I already did this.
No,
Oh, so that's what he. But that's what he doesn't want.
It's like if
But
you already
that's-
cheated on your diet, you
Yeah.
might as well cheat more.
Oh, very good.
You know?
So tell me something.
You already lost $1 million.
You're right, but that's what he's saying not to do, because really a man when he fails he gets up and he just keeps going. You understand? That's a real man. Well, when you fail the first time and you're just like whatever, then you'll never become a successful person. You hear? We have it in us. By the way, 2 days ago we spoke about 3 days ago. I don't know. It's on one of the things. We spoke about that. What? Hashem will find an excuse to punish you with your own words. Which means last week's parasha was what? Yosef says what? I'm Yosef. Is your father still alive? So he says, what do you mean? What do you mean your father's alive? We've been talking about our father. What do you mean is he still alive? Of course he's still alive. So why would he ask that question? He also said that Yosef rebuked him. How did he rebuke him? The Torah doesn't say that he rebuked him. By saying, is your father still alive? You know what he said? You worried about Binyamin. Binyamin is not going to come. He's going to die. Our father's going to die. This, not that. You didn't worry about that when you did that to me? You hear?
Wow.
So what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Tomorrow, Hashem is going to put you down over here. He's going to say, you made a lot of money in real estate. You were so wise in making all these, proposals and this and that, conversations and whatever. Whenever you didn't know what, ChatGPT, listen, what does this mean? How do you do it, right?
You have ChatGPT on Torah.
You have everything. Oh, so what's going to happen? Hashem is going to say, listen, I don't understand. You were born, you didn't know, I don't know, you guys are jewelers, shoe repair guys, I don't know, psychologists, nurses, whatever it is that you are, right? Says, how did you become a nurse? You went to college, right? You paid out of your pocket to go to college to learn this nurse business, which was only here for what, 60 years? 40 years? 30 years? Who works more than 30, 40 years?
You don't make money from learning Torah like that.
That's what the Yetzer Torah, the Yetzer, you know what I'm saying? First of all, in answer to your questions, many of the Torah scholars are making big bucks. I just learned that a yeshiva in Brooklyn pays $150,000 starting. Yeah, some of the rabbis make $250,000 over there. So Hashem is going to use your own.
I know I'm never going to be the rabbi making $250,000. You understand?
You know what Hashem is going to say?
Yeah.
Come, Bubala, sit down over here. Tell me something. These muscles, how did you do it? It was with pain, no? You lifted that 50-pound up. That was pain. You walked around with pain so much.
But it feels
how
good.
come? Oh, very good, very good.
When I go sit in a shur, I sit.
How come you didn't take that pain?
All my life I've been sitting, and then it's still.
You know why?
It's not in my head.
Because you didn't give it a chance. If I sit there, look, if I sat there like this, one second. If I sat there like this, first day, you for sure didn't pick up 50 pounds. 100% you did it. You picked up 10, and then you went to 20. Over here, you know what you want to do? Over here, you want to pick up 100 pounds. Hashem says, no. You didn't learn the basics yet. The basics of Torah you didn't learn. But you know what? You don't want to learn. Because I don't need that. Show me Kabbalah. Show me this. Show me that. Show me Musar. Give me over my head. He says, no. Let's learn Aleph, Bet, Mishnayot, this and that. But it's not interesting. Picking up 10 pounds was also not interesting. Picking up 20 pounds was also not interesting. 50 pounds is interesting. Because now you feel like, I got it. So you ripped all over, right? You didn't become ripped overnight. Did you become ripped overnight?
I'm not ripped.
You didn't become ripped overnight. So what happens is, this investment is going to say, come sit down. This you invested. A body that's going to go into a grave is going to stay there until Mashiach, until Tichat HaMetim, right? A body that you worked on that's going to, after 120 years, rot. Worms are going to eat it. So what are they going to say? Oh, this guy, you have the caged chicken and you have the free range chicken. This guy free range, yo. This guy free range. The muscle, delicious. Wow, it's so good. Thank God Hashem put us into this grave and not some other grave. We're going to get pain for that. We're going to ask. It's midakin. You know what midakin and midah is? Hashem is going to say, just as you were. We mentioned the other day. If a guy's like this, if he's loch, no, seriously. If he's whacked, Hashem is not going to ask him anything. You know why? He can't do anything. What is he going to ask him? You don't know people like that? You know people who drool like that? Hashem doesn't want anything from them. What is he going to ask them? You learn Torah?
So what is their?
Of course they're not going to learn.
So what's their point?
What's their
Tikkun.
Just to sit there. That just to sit there. It's not about they're in this world for no reason, just to sit there.
Waste of space.
You understand? But what I'm saying,
No,
but
they
when
could
a
be there to
person
find someone else's
like
character.
him, like you, look at the way you're dressed, you're nicely made, everything, right? You work, you're making money, correct? Tomorrow you're going to be driving a car that's going to be very expensive. You're going to build a house, Bezat Hashem, right? You have children, you're taking care of your children, you're sweet talking your wife, correct? All of that is going to come. Hashem is going to find a thing, say, yeah, but you did it over there. What do you mean you're not able to do? How can it be?
when it comes to Torah, right?
For my Torah, you said, no, I'm a loch. Sorry, I'm not normal. He's gonna say, oh really? Oh really? Yeah. Okay. No problem. Listen, Rav Ovadia became Rav Ovadia because he put time into it. Arnold Schwarzenegger became Arnold Schwarzenegger because he put time into it.
But hear this. I am not a doctor. There's a reason why I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
There's a reason why.
How do you convince people to buy a watch that's $120,000 or $20,000? I don't know. How did you have that like this?
To
You
be
waiting?
honest with you,
One second.
To be honest with you, God puts it in my mouth.
Ah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
serious.
So let me tell you
I
something.
don't even know what I'm saying half the time.
In this world, God gives us the intrinsic character and energy and chokhmah in order to use it in Torah. You know what we say? I don't want to use it. It's not for me. It's not for me. Selling watches, that's for me. Body working out, that's for me. Making money, that's for me.
Girls, that's for
Girls, that's for me.
me.
Yeah. I can talk a girl into hopefully, why are you looking at your father?
I didn't look. What? I didn't even
Yo,
look. At
that's
I was looking
crazy.
at you the whole time.
No, you went like this.
I
Whenever I said
promise
girls,
you.
you went like this.
I was
No, it was like a little like that. But it's okay. We're not gonna.
What?
We're gonna scratch that off from the Torah. But I'm saying,
That's whack.
we.
So at least it's girls, not boys.
You know what the first thing we said today?
Allegedly.
You know what the first thing we said today? Be honest with yourself. Are you a capable guy? I'm asking you. Are you a capable guy?
Yes and no.
Are you a capable guy?
There's a reason why I'm not
I
in
would
college.
never say I'm not a capable guy.
I'm a capable guy.
If you're gonna ask
But
me,
to do what?
Mr. Abraham, are you a capable guy? I'm saying 100%.
Okay.
Are you a capable guy?
Now I want to.
Are you a capable guy?
100%.
That's
For
it.
the right price.
Hashem is gonna sit you down. Were you a capable guy? You know when you say no, you know what he's gonna say? Oh really? Is that Hashem? You're gonna have a house. You're gonna have
No,
this,
but
that.
you-
He says, how are you not capable?
You're capable
His
for
wife.
not. You're capable of doing certain things and not other things. No. There's a reason why I'm not going to the moon.
Let me tell you something. You can go to the moon. You can become a doctor. You can become a lawyer. You can become a rabbi. You can become Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can become whatever you want to be. Do you know why you decide? You know why you're not that? You decide, I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be Schwarzenegger. I don't want to be the rabbi. I want to be slick back hair, cool guy. You understand? That's what I want to be. It's our decision. And Hashem lets us to have this decision. But He says, after 120, I want to have a one-on-one conversation with you. I'm going to put you on the hot seat and I want to have one-on-one conversation with you. And I want you to answer me. Why didn't you learn my Torah? You knew that after 120, that's going to be the only thing that's going to count.
What if every single day you put your hairstyles and then
Oh,
you know it's gonna?
Then
it's
he's going to
be-
say, give me 5.
No, but it's not gonna be like that.
Then
It's
he's gonna
be-
say, "Give me
It's
5."
gonna be, why didn't you learn more?
No.
Yeah.
If you put your 100%
But
ishtadlut,
it's not 100%.
how much is it?
I think learning in the morning, learning at night.
10%?
I don't know how much.
20%?
Are you doing that now?
So that's what you got to do. You got to sit down and say, David, how much ishtadlut are you putting on Torah? Let's say, compared to what I'm doing every day I'm putting, let's say, 70% in. By the way, there are some people that go to work, they don't put 100%. They put 50%. So Hashem is going to demand from them 50% for the Torah as well. But if you put 100% in your ishtadlut at work, guess what? He says you could have put 100% in learning
I
Torah
have a
as well.
question though. Let's say someone puts like 40-50% Ishtadlut didn't work.
Yeah?
You could do 50-40% in Torah.
Yeah, he's okay. You're good.
How do you know what your percentage is?
Oh.
What about yourself as well?
Huh?
What if you sponsor the scholar?
You know what it is? It's okay also, but Hashem really wants you to learn first.
You have the chiyuv still.
Yeah, you have to learn. You have to learn. You know why? Because we can. You know what's one of the biggest factors that we have right now is time. And guess what? We can spend 3 hours on Instagram at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. We have, yeah, we can do it, right? Hashem's going to say, how did you do that? How did you spend 3 hours just going like this and looking at stupidity?
Let me ask you a question. Watching a movie, for example, right?
Interesting.
No.
Who said you're allowed to?
No, wait.
Who said you're allowed
No,
to?
forget. I'm just giving an example to you. I'm giving an example to
Yeah?
you. Let's say someone that watches a movie, right? What are you doing? You're sitting there, you're watching a screen.
Yeah?
A little bit interesting.
Good.
You're watching a movie,
Very good.
right? So whenever you compare at 12 o'clock in the morning when you're watching a movie,
Yeah.
or at 12 o'clock in the morning whenever you're gonna open up a book,
Yeah?
opening
Okay,
up a
you know
book
what you do?
and sitting there for 5 minutes,
Very good.
and me going through it feels like I went.
I think on your level,
Yeah.
if you're gonna watch a movie for an hour,
I'm
one
not-
second, watch a movie for half an hour, and watch Turning Down for half an hour. There's also a lot of interesting stuff
I
there.
don't think I ever want to turn any time in my life.
Also, welcome to the world of Torny time. No, seriously, watch Rav Mizrahi. He's a very interesting guy.
very interesting.
You should know. You know. If you give the time to understand what the lecture is about, you're gonna be blown out. I'm telling you. I've done that. Your father's done that. You're gonna be like, if you just give the time. You know, there's one guy to this morning. He showed me 31 lectures about the divinity of Hashem, meaning that he's trying to, in 31 lectures, hour and a half each, he's proving how Hashem is divine. You know, that's a crazy, and he's a young guy. He's also like 25, 26 years old. Huh?
He's on touring.
He's on touring time. Some young guy, I forgot his name, but so this young guy, is fascinated by that. You understand? But let's finish up. So he says over here, a tzaddik falls 7 times and he gets up. As long as he acknowledges his wrongdoings and assumes responsibility for his failings, he will manage to rise in the end with Hashem's help. The end of this pasuk is what? Urisha'im yachshilu v'ra'a. And the wicked stumble in evil. And my Rebbe, his Rebbe, Rav Yechiel Per, explained that the wicked stumble, yeah? They make excuses for their shortfalls and they blame others, while the righteous fall, quote unquote, taking full responsibility for their actions. You hear what he's saying? Rabbi David, you hear what he's saying?
No, yeah.
The Reshaim, they will always be Reshaim. You know why? Always an excuse. No, but it's boring. I'd rather see a movie which excites me. I don't know. It's too long. I have to go to work. It's my bathroom time. That's when I eat. Tefillin is a little bit tight on me. Meaning it's all excuses, It says with excuses, what's going to happen? You're never going to rise. Yeah, you think you're on top, but really you're on the bottom. Why? Because you don't take responsibility for what you're doing. In this world, like it or not, at the end of the day, we have to answer for each and every time we spend not learning Torah.
How do you do true over that?
That you didn't learn Torah?
Start learning Torah.
Exactly.
You started.
That's what I'm saying. Like Hashem doesn't expect you to learn. Let's say a he's working 8 hours.
Yes.
Sleeping 8 hours.
Yes.
Right? So is he expect, like the Rambam says?
He's not. He's not. But at least, if you can, that's the best. But at least something.
Yeah. What's something though?
That's all. That depends on you. So, for instance, by me, I saw that at night I can't. I'm too tired, and in the daytime, every distraction is. So I get up in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What time you go to sleep?
Go pray. Me. Sometimes 10, sometimes 12, whatever it is. But 5 o'clock in the morning, you train yourself like in the army. See, you have to train yourself like you're in the army. If you would be in the army right now, guaranteed you get up every morning. If they say 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock you're up. If not, I was going to say something not nice, but it would have been nice. You'd be hanging by you know what. You understand? They will put you on your head and you'd be hanging there for, 5 o'clock you're up. It doesn't matter you got up 2 o'clock in the morning. And by the way, they do that. They'll get you up 2 o'clock in the morning and then they'll put you to sleep and then they want you up 5 o'clock in the morning. They're training you. You have to train yourself like you train your muscles right here. You have to train yourself to be an Eved of Hashem. We came here, why? Because Hashem gave us the ability to come here. Hashem gave us the ability to walk, to talk, to eat ourselves. We see people that are not like that. We see people that are not like that. But yet He gave us this power, and you know what we're doing? Hashem, I got you. Don't worry, just chill. Let me take care of my life. I'll speak to you later. Yeah, Be'ezrat Hashem. When I become 60, 70, I got you. I'm not going to forget about you. Who says you're going to get to 60 and 70? You hear what I'm saying?
No, because
No, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he wants to know how long. All depends on you. How much you want to invest.
Well, let's say someone's kovei if he learns an hour in the morning, hour at night.
Very good.
But then, like, you're always gonna have that internal battle. Like, am I supposed to do more? Am I
Good.
You know?
So you know what I do? In my book, in my bag that I take to work, I always have a book or two, and I really want to learn, and I always say to myself, okay,
But it's
or
heavy.
Let me. Yeah, it's very good. You know what? That little nisayon, that muchenya, how do you say, suffering of heaviness,
It's a component.
is kapara.
You always have your phone.
I give you an example today. I thought about the example
Have
today,
books on the phone.
but I didn't tell my son. I'll tell him right now. Son recently got a ticket 4 years ago. Yeah, got 3 tickets. Officer gave him this way, that way, this way. It's like, you know, at the end it's gonna be like 6-7 points, maybe about close to $1,000 in fines because right now they're charging for everything, right? He postponed. At the end, wanted to pay a lawyer, whatever. I told him, no, go yourself, don't worry. But the thing is, in Staten Island on Friday, 1:30, he has to go there, so you can't. So he got onto Zoom. You could do Zoom thing. Bikitsur, Hashem made him ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Some judge got on, said, yo, that's your name? Yeah. Okay, the guy didn't come, you're dismissed.
Fire.
Very fired. But you know why it's fired? Because he gave him suffering somewhere else. Suffering with his kid, he's, whatever, suffering over here, maybe he was, knowing that he had tickets, he started giving people, in Israel, some money for tzedakah. He's like, he basically was preparing himself to what? To have, yeah, to have a little bit of a less, I'll suffer over here, yeah, I'll pay a little bit more. The guy's called, yeah, by the way, last year you did 500, can you do this year as well, 500 every month? He's like, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So what does that do? Slowly. So these books that you're going to bring in, bring out to work, that's called suffering. Rather take that suffering than other suffering.
So if I carry a book with me,
Yes, always carry a book with you. Always carry a book with you. You know what? Don't learn, but at least carry a book with you.
what kind of book?
Any book. Musar, this, that, Chumash, Shnai Mikra, whatever. Just take a bag or carry a book with you. They'll be like, Rabbi, just tell us the boy. Teacher Rabbi style. What's with the book? Tell them, that's none of your business. This is my insurance policy. And that's it. So what I do, I really want to learn. But I can't. Like today, I said, okay, first thing I'm going to do, Shnai Mikra, then I'm going to get to everything else. But what I did, I said, okay, let me just do this and I'll get to that. Let me do this, let me do that.
Was it during work or?
Yeah, during work.
But you work for yourself. I can't do that.
You're right. When you're working for somebody, you can't do that. Yeah?
Right.
All right, so let's finish this. Similarly, a person who neglects to perform a positive mitzvah should not reassure himself that this act is unnecessary or comfortable. Or comfort himself with other rationalizations of why he was justified not to fulfill this mitzvah. Rather, he should always remember that he needs to be more vigilant in this regard. And that's a key, right? A lot of times we're like, whatever. Yeah, I couldn't learn today. Listen, I was busy. No, Nabrod, you should say, I missed the opportunity today. This today will never come back. And you think you're going to tomorrow double up? That's never going to happen. I was reading these 2-3 pamphlets over Shabbat, every Shabbat. Now with the short Shabbat, I knocked one of them out because I can't. And now even with the 2, sometimes they're long, I can't finish, the second one. I finish at least one. But the second one, it's very hard. Sometimes like 60 pages, 40 pages, it's very hard to finish.
Where you find these pamphlets?
Every day, and we have them in shul.
60
Beautiful.
pages?
Yeah.
Wow, we can send.
Beautiful. One is
Alright.
called Mesilot, very nice, and the other one is called Torah Wellsprings. Mamish. By, what's the Rab's name? Torah
They
Wellsprings?
have an house.
I'm alright.
Yeah, House of Torah has it.
That's
Beautiful. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah? So we, Be'ezrat Hashem, have to do one thing. Number one, know that Hashem tomorrow is gonna give us a rebuke from what we know. He's not gonna chas v'shalom want us to be like, Rav Ovadia. No. Your capability is gonna put you down and say, listen, why didn't you put the same capabilities as you did for X to my Torah? That's number one. Number two, we must be honest with ourselves. If we fake ourselves out, guess what? We're faking ourselves out. You're not faking anybody but yourself. You're giving yourself a underhand. Yeah, and number 3, don't ever make excuses. Your desires and your beliefs have to be, you have to know exactly what's the difference of your what you desire and what the belief is. And don't ever mix them up and try to cover it up. When you do a sin, you oh no, it's like this, it's whatever, everybody else is doing it. I see everybody else goes to Vahalmar or whatever like that. Yeah, everybody eats in this restaurant. You understand? We never make excuses. Huh?
We're gonna take all the guys to
Be'ezat Hashem,
Bahamar.
we're gonna have a special section for all the religious guys. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen, amen.
You're gonna come?